This content is for those genuinely interested in men's rights. It covers complex, controversial topics that may not suit the general audience. If you're not part of the men's rights community, this video isn't for you, so feel free to tune out now. I'm Conrad Reichert, a writer and advocate for fairness, dignity, and respect for men. This movement isn't about division, but addressing systemic injustices in divorce, family law, and societal expectations. Inspired by hard-working men unfairly stripped of their rights, I write for balance and justice. Together we can change the narrative. Please like and subscribe if you appreciate this video, as it will help get the word out to those who need it. Thank you. Please relax and enjoy. This is an excerpt from the Eucharist, a men's guide to reality, leadership, and sacrifice. The Eucharist, a men's guide to reality, leadership, and sacrifice, is an ebook available in all good stores. The Eucharist, a men's guide to reality, leadership, and sacrifice has been a journey of discovery and enlightenment for me. As someone who was raised in a Catholic household, the Eucharist was always a part of my life. But it wasn't until I started questioning the role of masculinity in faith and exploring the impact of cultural Marxism on spiritual values that I realized the true significance of the Eucharist. When I began writing this book, I had a few key goals in mind. Firstly, I wanted to provide a clear, rational, and straightforward exploration of the Eucharist's significance in a man's spiritual journey. Secondly, I aimed to address the philosophical underpinnings of transubstantiation, the role of men in the Church, the Eucharist's counter to cultural Marxism, and its psychological impact on personal growth. Lastly, I sought to cover key debates and doctrines of the Eucharist, the role of women, the Eucharist's transformative nature, the importance of brotherhood and community fostered by the Eucharist, and potential future challenges and trends of the Eucharist. I believe this book is necessary and valuable for red-pilled, rational men on the spiritual path. It offers insights and perspectives that challenge mainstream thought and encourage deeper understanding of the Eucharist. If you're a man questioning the role of masculinity in faith or seeking a deeper understanding of the Eucharist, this book is your guide. However, if you are not part of the target audience, I would suggest putting this book down and finding something else to read that aligns with your interests and beliefs. This book is written for those who are willing to explore the Eucharist's significance and its impact on masculinity and society. It is not for those who are unwilling to question their beliefs or explore the deeper aspects of the Eucharist. In conclusion, the Eucharist, a men's guide to reality, leadership, and sacrifice, offers a unique and much-needed perspective on the Eucharist's role in a man's spiritual journey. I invite you to join me on this exploration. But if it's not for you, that's perfectly fine. The world is vast and filled with opportunities for all of us to find the truth that resonates with us. Whatever your spiritual journey may look like, I wish you the best in your search for truth and understanding. With the introduction completed, we are jumping to an extract from the book. As a man on the spiritual path, the symbolism of the Eucharist holds deep significance. In Catholic tradition, the bread and wine are transmuted into the body and blood of Christ, representing his sacrifice on the cross. This act is not just a ritual. It's a reminder of the sanctity of human life and the ultimate sacrifice made by Christ for humanity's salvation. The body, in this context, symbolizes the physical aspect of Christ's sacrifice. It represents the human form, the tangible and visible manifestation of divinity. The blood, on the other hand, symbolizes the life force that was given up on the cross. It's a reminder that Christ's sacrifice was not just a symbolic act, but a real physical offering. These symbols remind us of the sanctity of our own bodies and the importance of treating them with respect. In a world that often devalues and objectifies the human body, particularly the male form, these symbols serve as a counterbalance, reminding us of the divine within each of us. The Eucharist also promotes respect for the human body in another, more subtle way. By partaking in the Eucharist, we acknowledge that our bodies are worthy of receiving Christ's sacrifice. This act can help us to see our bodies not as objects of desire or tools of productivity, but as vessels of divinity. To wrap up, the Eucharist and the imagery of the body and blood of Christ's work as strong reminders of the holiness of human existence. These symbols prompt us to honor our bodies and to view them as more than merely physical entities. They bring to mind the do-it-yourself within us all and the utmost sacrifice made for our redemption. Many years back, I discovered myself in a difficult phase of life. I faced issues with self-confidence and perceived my body as a reason for disgrace, not deserving. It was during this time that I started focusing on the symbolism of the Eucharist. The more I thought about it, the more I saw my body not as something to be ashamed of, but as something to be valued and respected. It took time, but eventually I began to see myself in a new light. I started to treat my body with dignity and respect, both physically and spiritually. The Eucharist helped me realize that my body is a vessel for divinity, and this realization transformed my life. I share this story not as a testament to my own enlightenment, but as a testament to the power of the Eucharist and its symbolism. It's a power that can help us to respect our bodies, to see the divine within ourselves, and to lead our lives with respect and honor. It's a power that can help us to become the men we were meant to be, and it's a power that's available to each and every one of us, regardless of our pasts or our current struggles. So, as we move forward, let's remember the power of the Eucharist and its symbols. Let's treat our bodies with respect, honor, and dignity, and let's lead our lives in a way that reflects the divine within us. After all, we are not just men, but vessels of divinity, and that's something worth remembering. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest in the Eucharist, a men's guide to reality, leadership, and sacrifice available in all good bookstores. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless.